Welcome back, Silverado Stab fans. We got an update on the 2020 Silverado Duramax 3-liter RST four-wheel drive. We got our new shoes on the truck the other day. Everything's good. We got a brake update as well. Brand new aftermarket brakes. We went away from the OEM, trying to save a few dollars. Ran into a few issues on that, but all is rectified and better. We got the Nitto Recon Grappler ATs. And yeah, you guessed it, I got 35s on here. The size listed on the actual tire itself says 285/65 R20. But according to the manufacturer, if you look here, it says outside diameter is actually at 35/11.5, 20. So here we got the Recon Grappler. It's more aggressive than the actual pictures look that I've seen. Do I like it? Yes. Am I gonna get yelled at by everybody saying that I'm a pavement pounder, that I don't need these tires? Yes, but that's okay. I like the way it looks. I got a full wheel well look that I wanted. Got the Bilsteins. These are rated for the RST and LT and the custom, not for the Trail Boss. Of course, not the ZR2. So these have the 5 adjustments on the shocks themselves. It is on the tallest portion of the shocks for the strut lift. So the front is like a 2.1 to 2.2 inch lift on the front, and then we went stock in the rear. It does look like it has a little bit of that Carolina squat to it. I think it's modest. It's not crazy. Could I put a 1-inch block in the back to raise it up a little bit? I could, but then I got to change my shocks in the rear. Then I'd have to upgrade to the Trail Boss shocks, which gives you that extra length on the shock, because then I would probably run out of travel on that. Overall, very happy with the look. I was able to leave the mud flaps on. I'll show you that in a second. With these mud flaps on the truck, the tires fill out the width of the actual mud flap from Chevrolet. So I'm happy about that. As far as poke, there's really none. I mean, it is flush all the way down the truck, so I shouldn't get too much fling going along the side of the truck, except for maybe where the shoulders on the tires get a little more aggressive. So I had them put the more aggressive sidewall out on the tire instead of the modest one. Not saying I'm going to catch any rocks or anything like that, but if I catch any curbs, the shoulders are going to get it more than the actual side of the tire. So I kind of like that over the other tires, the standard Bridgestone Duelers. I kept the stock rims. It has a nice edge guard, or a wheel guard, rim guard on the tire itself. As far as the rubbing, as you can see, if I can get it to focus, not on the tire, right here. You see a little bit of rub right here? So that's majority in reverse. The place I had them installed said he wouldn't recommend removing any of the mud flap. I may end up just cutting that straight down to remove that portion, and then the felt should be able to be rubbed and all that. Shouldn't be able to be rubbed, and if it is, it should bypass it. My biggest fear is, yes, it could grab this and yank it down and rip it off, but we'll see how that goes. This is day 2 with the truck. I believe yesterday I only got 1 mile a gallon loss with these tires. They run so super smooth. There's more thickness to the rubber on these ones compared to the stock ones, so the ride is a lot softer and about the same noise level. So I'm very happy with my decision. Yes, I did want the Toyo Open Country AT3s. I couldn't get them in the size I wanted, which was this size. I would have to have gone to the 11.5, or I'm sorry, the 12.5, because these are 11.5s. I would have ran into issues then. I would have definitely for sure had to run spacers on the front and the rear, but more likely on the front, only if you wanted to run that way. But I think that'd look hideous. because then I'd be hitting the ball joint. So 285, 65, 20, Nitto Recon Grappler AT. They are about the same price as the Ridge Grapplers and the other Toyos. So very comparable. These are not snow rated. They do not have the 3 winter peak symbol for snow rating. Will I suffer with that? We'll see. The reason for that, which I've heard, is because of the tire compound. These are a very stiff tire. Apparently the snow rated tires are a little softer compound, that they're gonna give a little more when it comes to the siping in the tire itself, and gives you that superb braking and traction in the winter. We'll see. I had a very modest winter here in southern Wisconsin. I went up north a few times and I was fine on my standard tires, being almost bald. So I'm sure I'm gonna be just fine with these tires. Do I need the triple rating, snow peak rating? Sure, it'd be nice, but oh well. Very pleased with the tires. I will keep you guys updated on that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, know the setup or whatever of my RST. Another thing to tell you, my garage is a standard height garage, 7-foot door, not an 8-foot, so I had to be mindful of that. This truck clears by about 1.5 inches now. So could I have gone with a true 3-inch lift? I probably could have, but I like the more stuffed Baja look to the truck than having all the space in between the tire and the wheel well. Please smash like that button. Subscribe if you haven't. Come along with me for the rest of the ride with the Silverado. We're getting I'm almost 60,000 miles, so we're just starting again. So let's see where we go with another 60 on this, see how the truck goes. 0 problems, still getting 23, 24 miles a gallon, driving back and forth, not on road trips. 60-mile loop every 3rd day minimum. The biggest thing I keep telling you guys, the bumper. The bumper is taking a beating. Has it rusted at all? No, has not, but it is severely chipped. Looks like I have bug splatter all over my bumper, but I actually don't. So with that said, the truck being a little higher, maybe I'm gonna get a little more rock action going on the valance. I haven't had any broken fog lights or anything like that, but the bumper is getting severely damaged. I will have another video coming up. I did get the rough country light bar to put into the grill. That's gonna be another project for another day. Other than that, the brakes were Napa and had a little issue with UPS on that. Just do yourself a favor, go to the store, order them that way. That way none of the boxes come damaged, none of your rotors come totally trashed, which is what I had. I went with the one coated, or the plated one coated. These are the ones I actually got to return. Right here, as you can see, this came from UPS. Don't do that, go to the store, do yourself a favor. Sorry, Adaptive One. Got Adaptive One rotors. They're coated for corrosion resistance, and I also went with the Fleet rated brake pads. Simple install. Yes, I ran into a few problems, as you do when anybody does their own stuff. In the end, it's all done, all is good. Get yourself some Nittos and some new brakes. Love your truck again. Thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.